Hello nerds, today is Sunday, February the 10th, 2019, and that means it is time for the 41st game of the meditation games. Today's game was made by Bouchard and Ben Swinden. I'll quickly read the blurb out for you. Take the next few minutes to consider life as a journey where identity is a series of negotiated skins, many only visible to you. Acknowledge their origins in inheritance, invention, biology, accident, and mutualism. Mutualism? Mutualism. So that's an interesting blurb. Let's see what the game's about. Boop. Okie dokie. Okay, that's instantly cute. I'm a flying fox thing. Like a fox dragon. Flying over a little world. Is there anything else? Any other controls, or is it just a mouse? I think it's just mouse. Oh, hello. Ah, I think I've just hit the edge of the screen there. Yep. Do a U-turn. There we go. How pretty is that? Ah, I'm in a hole. Okay, cool. Right, that's a start. What next? Do I... Oh, I've killed him. I feel terrible. Okay. Can I go back in? I can. Let's do that then. Do I come back out of the same hole, or do I come... Yeah. Okay, so... What if we go in here? I assume I'll come out here. What am I here? What on earth is that? That's like... I think this is the actual model of this little flying sky fox dude. Let's go in. So do I come out as a normal fox out the top here? Ah, okay, so... that's interesting. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I'm thinking about here, but I'm not sure exactly how they relate. Okay, so what you come out of seems to dictate what our little flying fox friend is. So, whoops. We've got this. If we come out of this hole here, where all the trees are, we've got a very fox-looking fox, a nature creature, a natural-looking creature. I don't know if that's representative of nature or natural, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree entirely. Coming out of here, it's certainly a graveyard. Oh, that's a pyramid, which is a tomb as well, I suppose. This is all about death. So, when you come out of here, you are a skelly fox. And coming out from what looks like a little town, you get that unmeshed fox. I'm not sure what that's about. You just spin around for a little bit, buddy. I'm not sure what that's about. No, I've run out of time. Bugger. Well, I'll play that again. I'll read the blurb. Actually, I'll photo the blurb, and I'll play that again. Okie dokie. Got my blurb ready, so let's have a look. I should probably do that the first time I go in. Ah, whatever. Take the next few minutes to consider life as a journey. We are certainly journeying. Where identity is a series of negotiated skins. I guess I don't know, is going into the whole kind of a negotiation thing? I don't know, maybe I'm thinking about that incorrectly. Many only visible to you. Acknowledge their origins in inheritance, invention, biology, accident, and mutualism. I had to Google mutualism because I wasn't sure what it meant. I know what it means now, so that's cool. It's when two species, what's the wording of it? Interact in such a way that is mutually beneficial to them both. So, Christ, I don't know. Can't think of an example off the top of my head, but Google it. So, I get the impression that me going into this hole and coming out of this hole, is symbolic of something. Actually, I assume that is the case of all of these. I get the feeling you come out of a specific hole no matter which one you go into. Because it is relating to the message. So I think. I haven't started editing this video yet. I generally do not know what's going to stay in this video and what's coming out. It was just me spinning around, trying to piece things together and getting one idea, going on a broken train of thought, and God, it was just a lot of me talking gibberish. So, I'm going to try and express what I thought without worrying about trying to steer a bloody fox, dragon thing. Fox, dragon, snake thing. Wish me luck, I'm going to need it. Okay, I shall preface this by saying I didn't pick up all of it at all. I got so stuck and so frustrated. So I'm just going to communicate what I saw, what I took from it, and I just put my hands up and concede that I have certainly not got all of this, which is incredibly frustrating. Okay, so the game is about identity being a series of skin. This is something that I can kind of somewhat get from what you're saying from the blurb. We present ourselves in a certain way to other people, and that's constantly changing and evolving over the course of our life. I'm not certain how that was represented in the game. I know going into a hole, we came out of a different hole, and we looked different. We had a different skin. There's a few things that I thought, but I can't piece all of the evidence together to tell me which one is right, if I'm even on the right track. The fact that I'm trying to piece all these pieces together and it's not fitting, to me suggests I am in completely the wrong neck of the woods. So, whatever. So there were 3 holes on that planet. Each hole on that planet was surrounded by something. One at the top was a woodland. So I assume it was about nature or natural, but I don't know for certain. I know coming out of that hole, you got your sort of fox skin. You looked normal, I guess, how you'd expect to be presented. I say normal, it's a flying legless fox, but you know, you get what I mean. See, it's crumbling down all around me, all this logic. But I get the impression that was representing any kind of skin that we put on ourselves, any way that we present ourselves. And then for some reason when you go into the nature hole, you come out of... the nature, that's a horrible word! Grow up. When you go into that hole, and you come out the bottom right, as a skeletal dragony fox thing. Now that hole has a gravestone, a skeleton, a pyramid, and on top of that pyramid is a vulture. That's lots of things that symbolise death, all put around one hole. You come out as a skeleton, so I assume that is about death of some kind. However, I'm not 100% sure what it is the death of. When I first started playing it, I assumed it was like you die and you are a skeleton. But that, for one, what? And second of all, I'm not sure it makes a lot of sense. And it's because of the next bit. When you go back into that hole, you come out the opposite end, the bottom left. You're this untextured, unskinned model, the skeleton and the rig used to actually create the thing that you control in the game, which is skinless. It is your true self, I guess. You go back into that hole where this little town is situated, the bottom left hole, and you come back out the top, out of the nature hole, with a skin, with an identity. So there's a few ways that I'm trying to think about it, and all of them hitting dead ends for me. One, that this is a cycle of life and death, and it is the idea that, I don't know what the town has to do with anything. See, this is where I keep getting stuck, is you try and explain things and there's conditions on top of it all, and oh god, whatever. Okay, right. Going into one hole and coming out of the other. You go into one hole, the bottom left hole, and you are this blank slate. You are your true self. You come out, you have a skin, you have identity. You change identity throughout your life, but I don't feel that's represented with this model that I'm trying to put forward. You have this skin, you have this identity, and eventually you die. You die. Well, death happens eventually. You come out of that the death hole, and you are a skeleton. And then you go back in, and it's kind of like a reincarnation thing. You come out the bottom again, and you are this blank slate again. To me, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't hold up to the... Well, I say it doesn't make sense. It makes sense in its own right, I guess, but it doesn't hold up to what the guy's trying to say, or at least what I'm interpreting from this blurb. And it doesn't make sense that you can just keep going through this. It wasn't about reincarnation, it was about identity. So, that leads me to what I think is the more likely case, which is... what you are is a blank slate. You go into society, which is that town around the hole, and you come out of the hole at the top with a skin, with identity. I don't know what that has to do with nature, though, and that's bugging the shite out of me. We put you back in through the top of the hole. I don't know why we do that, but I think when you come out as a skeleton, I don't think it's about physical death. I think it is about a death of the identity. It's about cleansing, I suppose. And then you go back into that hole and come out the other side, a blank slate again, ready to go back into society, acquire a new skin, and so on. I think it's that cycle, that life and death cycle. But, as you can tell from the amount of gaps in there, I can't piece it all together, and it's driving me up the wall. So I leave it to you, smart people. There's been quite a few games where I have been unable to piece all the things together, and you guys have come along and absolutely nailed it in the most spectacular ways. So, feel free to do that again. Please. Your comment will get pinned on the fridge. How's that? I hope that's good enough incentive. And you get to brag and have smart points and be smart. And I get to feel stupid. Okay, that felt good. I got it out. Good. So, a huge thank you to Marco Bouchard and to Ben Swinden for making today's game. Both of them are former employees of Ubisoft Montreal, I think. I don't know what they're doing these days, though. Like, I couldn't find anything on their Twitter, I couldn't find anything on any external website. I don't know what they do these days, apart from apparently make a meditation, which was awfully kind of you, thank you. Either way, I'll leave both their Twitter handles below, as always. Thank you for making today's meditation, and thank you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.